Yeah. In your house with O'Connor. Hey, O'Connor, in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wheels and boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Papa see your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Slow.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? The Con Man. I'm in your house. We here. We're ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits. Because, hey, we're with the shits. And we're ready to talk a little wrestling. That's right. You already know the vibe. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And, man, we are tapping in with you guys on a Friday. And congratulations, guys. You made it through the week, and we're heading right into the weekend. And a big weekend it is for us here at In Your House. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We got some stuff moving this weekend. Also, SmackDown is tonight. So we're tapping in about an hour and a half before SmackDown goes on the air. It's been another week in wrestling. I want to play a little game, and we're going to play a game that we played here on the show before with guests. I'm going to play it with my co-host here as he's making his return to In Your House. That is, of course, the voice, Josh Joseph. Welcome back to the show, bro.
What is up, house? How is the household doing? And tomorrow is about to be epic. So keep us in tune. Join us, see what you can see, and we'll let you know what the fun is. But I can't wait for tonight. True, might be true. That's ridiculous. That's a fun game.
Yes, man. Yes, we have a really good episode planned out for you guys. Myself and Voice do. We're gonna do a watch along. These are a couple of matches that Voice has suggested in the chat, and we're going with it, guys. We just did a watch along last week, and that was a fantastic episode. If you guys want to go back in the archives and check that out, just a couple of episodes ago, it was really great. We got the Lou in the chat. What is up, Lou? Thanks for coming through and checking us out on this Friday night. But we continue to have another watch along, and it's going to be a great one. We're going to do one of my absolute favorites, and that is Taz going up against Shane Douglas. Yes, and that is the 1999 Guilty as Charged pay-per-view for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Myself and the voice Josh Joseph are going to watch that today, but we were supposed to have another host on this episode. We had just brought him in, and we're just trying to see what he's got, see what he can bring to the table. That was, of course, if you guys know what's up, that's Grunmeister. So here's the thing. All right, and we're gonna address it right here on the show. All right, we're getting it knocked out right now, voice. I see that look on your face right now, a look of disappointment, uh, of sheer disappointment. He was supposed to be on this episode of In Your House, and unfortunately for us in the household, there was a DLC drop on Elden Ring, and we've lost him.
Yeah,
He's gone.
he
And
gone.
I mean, he called off after 2 days. He called off after 2 episodes, so now he's fired. So we have to fire him.
Yeah, he didn't reach his 90 days.
He didn't get to the 90 days.
HR got a hold of Grun.
Yeah. So we're giving him the proper send off, in the form of the legendary group Boys to Men. Voice, take it away.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I hope you all enjoy.
There's Grun, y'all.
Oh,
Two
poor
episodes.
Grun. We
Two
love him.
episodes.
Yeah, 2 episodes, and he had great insight. He was very insightful. He really thought
Could have
about
been
it.
something.
He really could have, and you could have been that guy behind him managing him. I mean, Grun, we miss you, buddy. I hope you got your wings.
Come back.
Come back to us, Grun.
Oh, it's like, this is like, I know we're playing Boys to Men, but I know Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads. Oh, I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. Oh, I miss my Uncle Grun, y'all.
I miss my Uncle Grun. We got Lou's loving this.
Yeah, Lou loves it, man.
Lou, don't worry. Grun is okay. He's okay. He's just, we got Video Gamer coming in. How goes it?
What's up, video game? Hey, what's up, video game Gunner? We appreciate you sliding through, Lou. We love entertaining you here on Your House, man. You come here, you have a good time. We appreciate it. Now we'll have Grunmeister on a upcoming episode, probably our Sunday house party, which honestly is going to be a really hot Sunday house party because I mean we're going to be coming off of the event Every Child Wins, and that's in Lafayette. That's going down tomorrow night. A lot of amazing talent that are going to be there. A lot of great local talent that's amazing is going to be there. But this is headlined by ECW names such as the franchise Shane Douglas, Francine, Bill Alfonso, the manager of Champions, and the man himself, the Sandman. It's going to be an amazing event that In Your House is going to be part of. We are going to be getting some exclusive interviews, with the headliners there, and we're going to chronicle that here to continue our extreme block of episodes that we're presenting to you guys here. It's going to be a movie, most definitely, and yeah, we're going to have some great content from The Voice. He's going to be here doing some exclusive interviews on In Your House, so check that out. All those interviews are going to be available on the podcast, and hopefully we can get them videoed. That's the plan, is get them videoed and put them on the YouTube as well. And get these interviews out there, because this is a big opportunity for In Your House, and we are absolutely ready for it. So I'm excited. Voice is super excited. The entire team is excited. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, bro. It's the fruits of the labor, bro. We work. I tell everybody all the time, I got the best team. So it's like taking your squad out. Taking your squad out for dinner after the game or something like that, or like a field trip or something. We going on a field trip. It's going to be a hell of a fucking field trip.
Dude, Coach said there's going to be a pizza party after this game. We're going to the pizza party.
Hell yeah, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. But this episode is going to be great as well, because there's a lot to talk about. Once again, like I said, we're going to have that amazing watch long. I'm so excited to see my boy Taz going up against Shane Douglas in 1999, because I never saw this match. So this is going to be my first time, literally my first time watching. I know you've been suggesting it, but I did not watch it on purpose, just so I can watch it for the first time on this episode.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome
Yeah,
because this is a fantastic Taz match.
I'm excited.
You really get to see the fact that ECW was totally behind Taz in this match. So
Okay,
it's a
yeah,
it's a
awesome.
really exciting one. There's so many cool things that happen in this match. So yeah, I'm excited since you've never watched it before.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. But before we do that, I wanted to bring back one of my favorite games. And I inherited this game from one of my favorite podcasts. I've talked about this on the show before. It's the Mismatch Basketball Podcast, The Ringer, with Kevin O'Connor and Chris Vernon. And then they did this game, and I inherited it from them. And we've done it with guests and we've done it with co-hosts, and it always gets a lot of good feedback from the household when we play it. And that's everybody's favorite game. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous, where I ask my guests and I give my answers as well about scenarios. We bring up scenarios, and it is their job to tell me if that scenario is true, it could be true, or if it's absolutely ridiculous. And then we talk about why. So we're going to do that. We're going to have a great time doing that. And then we're going to do this watch along. This is going to be a really great episode. So hopefully you guys are rocking with us out there on YouTube, on X, on Twitch, on Facebook, everywhere. If you guys are tapping in, we really want you guys to tap in and check out what we're doing here, because I'm very proud of the work that we're putting. This is well thought out. I mean, it just is. I love what we do. But with that being said, Voice, are you ready to play everybody's favorite game?
Oh, you know I am. Let's get it going.
Let's do it. I feel like I need some game show music or something here.
I
I guess
know
I have to
we're gonna work
get
on
that.
that.
Get
I
that.
trust me, the gears are going. The more that we're talking, I'm like, we could turn
Yeah.
this into something.
For sure, for sure. All right, so it's time to play That's True, That Might Be True, or That's Ridiculous. And I'm going to start it here. And just to give you guys a flow of it, I'm going to ask Voice his opinion on it. And then after he's done and given his thoughts, I'll give mine. And then we'll just flow just like that. If for anybody who hasn't heard us play this game before, very easy game, very fun, very thought-provoking. It's a good brain teaser, I think it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get started here. My first thought to you, Voice, is this. Monday Night Raw has been really hitting. I mean, in a lot of different ways. And I feel like some of those ways are because of the storyline between Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, and Liv really getting a little real spicy here with Dominic, but also taking care of her boys. She made sure that JD and Finn won the WWE World Tag Team Championships in Indianapolis on WWE Raw. She's taking care of business. You know, of course, we know her beef with Rhea, but man, it's getting a little hot right now because it seems like she's doing all the right things right now and making all the right chess moves to get every member of the Judgment Day on her side. And it makes you think, what's going to happen when Rhea returns, and what is going to be the state of the Judgment Day when she returns. And with that being said, I put this statement out there. Liv Morgan will be the new leader of the Judgment Day. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
Ooh. Wow, we're really coming out of the gates on this one.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I was gonna say that's ridiculous, and then I paused, and I think that might be true.
Mm-hmm.
Only because there has been a discussion that we have had. There's been a discussion that Grun has had, and it's when are they going to break up Judgment Day?
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be with Damian Priest winning, and then kind of being like, well, I don't need you guys anymore. I've got what I wanted. There was talks about that. There was talks about JD getting kicked out. There was talks about Finn possibly leaving. Now, I posed this. I think it might be true because look at the interaction that you had with Liv Morgan, JD, and Finn. It was very like faction like with just
Yeah.
those
You mean
three.
at the end of Monday Night Raw?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It seemed like they had practiced that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And remember, Finn did take the room key.
Oh,
He
he took that room key quick.
he took it. So maybe him and JD met up with her and they practiced this over and over again. Who
Yeah.
knows? All I'm saying is if it hits the right nerve with the fan base, we have seen WWE make that slight turn and add that into a storyline, because sometimes things catch heat when you don't expect them to. When you
Yeah.
expect them to just do what you wrote and just make it a nuisance, people really liked it. But again, we're talking about replacing mommy. That's ridiculous. You can't
Yeah.
do that, because she didn't have to build up these guys. She showed them that they had it in them inside this group, and when they worked as a family, they got championships. So
Yeah.
it this is a problem. If I had a faction, the Judgment Day, I would love to have. Oh, is it going to be mommy as our leader? Oh, is it going to be Liv Morgan as our leader?
Yeah.
We're champions when either one is leading us. Oh no, what
Yeah.
should we do?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
come on.
Good problem to have for sure, man. Good problem to have for sure. Um, I'm with you, man. That might be true. I think that might be true. Um, Only reason I don't go with that's completely true is I still feel like there's a reality where Dominic just leaves Judgment Day altogether with Liv Morgan and just turns his back on him,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then she wouldn't be the leader of Judgment Day. She'd just be, she'd be flanking Dominic, and Dominic would be flanking her. And then, you can have Dominic go on a completely different villain arc than when he did when he betrayed his father and Edge, back when he first joined the Judgment Day. Which, man, thinking about that, just real quick, where he was at then compared to where he's at now it's a completely different world. My God, like
Oh yeah.
he's great. I mean,
Yeah, I
he's
praise
great.
Dominic. He is amazing. Yeah, you are correct. We could go hours on Dominic.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that might be true. I do. I think that we can see it, and this is gonna be part of that Liv Morgan revenge tour where it was a shoulder for a shoulder with Rhea Ripley. She injured her shoulder. She took her title, but she's not trying to stop there. She wants to take everything. She wants to take her family too. So she's this is literally like the best version of Liv Morgan, and
By
I love
far.
it. I love it. This is a great chapter in her career that is going to really, I think, lay I don't want to say lay the groundwork, because I feel like the groundwork's already been laid, but it's gonna help that foundation and help put up walls of the legacy of Liv Morgan, because they've
Oh
already
yeah.
put the titles behind her. She's already a two-time SmackDown Women's Champion and now a World Women's Champion. So I mean, as far as I know, at least a three-time Women's Champion, a couple of times a tag team Women's Champion. So like the lineage is there, but like now she's got to like really make them care, and I think she is really, really hitting a stride right now for sure.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, I think we could see that. Liv's doing great work right now, and we love to see it. Somebody else has been doing great work. He's been doing great work for like the last 3 or 4 years, honestly, is Jay Uso. Jay Uso has come out, and he's qualified for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So he's in there, and this is one thing that Paragon, I believe, has said a lot. They call him main event Jay Uso, but every time he gets in the main event, he doesn't win.
Yeah.
So could this be the opportunity to make that different? He was the first to declare for Money in the Bank before anybody else, so I don't know if that's a tell or anything, but this is the question I posed to you, or the statement that I posed to you. Jay Uso has the best odds of winning Money in the Bank this year. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
I would say that that is true. And the reason I'm saying it's true is because exactly what you alluded to and what you
Mhm.
said Paragon talked about. Every time he
Yeah.
gets in the main event, he doesn't pull out those main event numbers. Um, you can only do that for so long before the wrestling fan base catches on, and then they're like, okay, we're done with you pulling at our heartstrings for this guy. Give him the title or move on.
Yeah.
If you want us to fully care, I think this would be the year to do it. I think this would be the year to finally give Jey Uso that big main event run. And if it leads up to WrestleMania and him getting the title there, I'm all for it. I honestly would love to see him. If he wins Money in the Bank, I would love to see his cash in be different than a majority of everybody. I'd like to see it done quicker rather than later. I would like to
Yeah.
see his run leading up to WrestleMania and then him finally getting a WrestleMania win on the main event stage. But he was already like, he retained his championship. He
Yeah.
proved that he can do it. And if they do it this year, he can kind of play off of Roman from last year losing his. And then who's the head of the table? I've been saying it all along. Jey Uso was the one that I would have slapped the label of, you're the next. You're the one coming up next. I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy's fantastic, but Jay's got something that Jimmy doesn't. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but I know that when I see Jay in a ring, I want to watch. I want to see it. Now, Jimmy, I do love seeing him in the ring, but I'm more than likely, if it's back in the day, WCW, WWE days, and each one's on a different one, I'm going to where Jay is, and I'm going to
Yeah.
watch his match over Jimmy's. And that's no shade towards Jimmy at all. It's just, like I said, Jay's got something that I cannot describe, but I gravitate towards it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's the vibe with Jay, man. He's definitely been putting in the work, and he's got a lot of good energy, and we love to see it. Uh, man, I'll say for this one, I say that might be true, and the reason that I say that might be true is because I think about the fact that he was the first person to declare for Money in the Bank. I think about the promotional poster like that they have with him holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, calling it Yeet in the Bank and stuff like that. And I can't help but think, are they trying to swerve us? Are they trying to like make us think he has the best chances of winning and then make it be somebody completely different who we didn't think about? So like I think it might be true that he has the best odds, but just something in me, I'm just like, you're pushing it in my face so much, it makes me think you're going in a different direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the Tommy Dreamer effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
you
man.
think he's gonna get that title, but he ain't getting that title.
He's saying, yep. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I think that might be true. And you know, man, there's a lot of implications going into SummerSlam. It is going to be a big event. I believe it's going down in Cleveland. It is Cleveland this year,
Yup.
and that's going to be a major event with many implications. A lot of those implications really due to because of in my personal opinion, the stellar King of the Ring tournament that we had, and everything that came with it, and the meaning that it actually did have behind it that's leading up
Yes.
to SummerSlam, with Gunther and Nia Jax being the king and queen of the ring, and now they both have shots at their respective brands championships at SummerSlam. So I pose to you this statement: Gunther and Nia Jax walk out of SummerSlam champions. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
That that might be true because there are so many avenues you can take with the women's division, and
Yeah.
giving Nia Jax that title isn't a bad play. It is not a bad
No,
play
it's
at
not.
all because you can definitely, the women that are in this division can definitely give Nia some fun storylines, some
Oh
really
yeah.
good matches. So that's where I go. That might be true. I think it is true that Gunther is walking out the champion. Um, this seems to be they seem to understand Gunther
Oh
thoroughly.
yeah.
Like they understand where they want to go with him. They understand how to get there with him. And I believe SummerSlam could really capture all of his work into one match, and giving him the title is something to do, man. Like if why I guess I understand why he hasn't gotten a title um since his last title run, because that was a long one, and you
Yeah.
definitely want to lay out some groundwork for his next competition. But yeah, that's why I say that might be true. You got Gunther. He's ready. He's ready to carry a title. We're ready to see a good run with him uh, as a heavyweight champion, and to honestly, Naya again. I'm ready for her to be a champion, and to see how she fares in a role defending that championship, defending her actions and all the things she does to retain that championship. I think Naya, if you're going for most relatable storylines right now, Nia Jax would be the one I would go with, because I mean, Gunther, none of us can compare to him unless you're like, uh, in a little league football league where you're 40 going against 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
Gunther. Like that's just
He's in a class of his own, man.
exactly. And so is Naya, but I believe that Naya's more relatable because she has things that she has to prove, and I think she has proven those, especially to me. Um, in her work and everything like that since her coming back to the WWE, and I think it would be a cool thing to see Nia get the championship.
Yeah, I agree with you on a lot of what you said. I feel like for these first few questions, we've both gone with that might be true, but I'm pivoting here and I'm gonna say that's true. I think Gunther and
Oh,
Nia Jax are both walking out champion. I think it's time. I think that I want to see the next evolution of Gunther. I think SummerSlam is the right time to do it, to pull the trigger on that and just let him know and let everybody know on one of their biggest stages. It's not their biggest stage, but it's one of their four biggest stages that, hey, this is our guy. We believe in this guy. He's been a complete workhorse for us, whether it be in WWE UK, whether it be in NXT, whether it be as the Intercontinental Champion, and having historical reigns both overseas with the company and in the States with the company. I mean, he's the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship, Continental Champion of all time. Honestly, we don't talk enough about how long that Honky Tonk Man held that for so long. I mean, that was
yeah,
untouched for quite a long time, especially in the state of wrestling where the Intercontinental Championship was really getting hot potatoed for a long time. Like, there was never an opportunity for somebody to have a reign like that, especially with, with popcorn booking and, somebody's hot now. Let's put the title on him. Oh, no, let's put the title on him. Oh,
yeah,
well, he's our next young up and comer. Let's put the title on him. No, they saw this guy and it was like, he is our consistent workhorse champion. He is the guy that we believe in. He's the guy that we know can go out there with anybody and have a great match. I just truly think that Gunther is your next world heavyweight champion. As for Nia Jax, they tried to give her a women's championship run. I believe it was on Raw before her releasing from the company, and it just didn't feel right at that time. It didn't feel
yeah,
like the right time. SummerSlam feels like the right time. SummerSlam feels like that if she wins at SummerSlam, it's going to be like she won the women's championship for the first time. And in some ways, it is going to be, because it's going to be the first time this version of Nia Jax wins the World Women's Championship. And I just think she's been doing amazing work for a lot of, I mean, honestly, since her return to the company. I mean, I've talked
very
about it
true.
here on the show before, is that her complete, like, changing of attitude and like really loosening up and just having more fun, because that's what I'm seeing with her, is that she's still being a complete badass monster, but she's just having more fun. And because she's been able to do that, she's been able to come back to the company. She's been able to win Queen of the Ring. And I just don't think you put her in that situation in SummerSlam if you're not going to have her walk out champion. I believe Bayley's going to be the champion going into SummerSlam. And Bayley will be more than happy to say, hey, yeah, I want you to be the one to take this title off me. There's other things that I can do without being champion. Bayley is Bayley. She's bigger than the championship right now in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
100%.
she can do whatever she wants, and people are going to be captivated by it. Also, in the case of what, for whatever reason, I'm not wishing this upon them, but for whatever reason, Gunther or Nia Jax's title reign just ain't hitting, and they're ready to pull the plug on it. You can hit that break glass, and somebody can cash in Money in the Bank on them. So it's there's just a lot of scenarios where I think it's a good play right now to take that chance and just go ahead and give them the titles. I think it's true.
Yeah, that when you put it like that, that is very, very poignant, and I like that. You very, very well put, and I'm tending to agree with you. I'm just not sure if they're ready. If they're ready to put them on there, I know it would be. It's definitely an avenue they could take, and it's definitely an avenue that's going to give them a little boost with those two as champions, because, like you said, you could cash Money in the Bank. And what two monsters wouldn't you like? Money in the Bank's meant to cash in on people like that, champions like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I could see it. It plays very well.
Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. So we'll see what happens. But I thought that was something I wanted to bring up. But I want to stay here with SummerSlam real quick, because, man, the Bloodline storyline is really taking a big pivot here. We just saw the debut of Jacob Fatu last week, and now we're going to have a segment tonight on SmackDown, which, once again, we're hitting you guys right before SmackDown comes on the air, and we're giving that to you. But they're gonna have a Bloodline acknowledgement ceremony set for Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. We're gonna see what that entails. We're gonna see what happens. But one thing I can say is that, man, Solo is out of control. Solo is out of control. We just had a house party last week where I believe Grunmeister said it best. He compared Solo to a spoiled brat, and him not listening to the special counsel, the wise man, Paul Heyman, and just doing what he wants to do. Roman played it smart, and he listened to his counsel. He listened to his advocate, and we're seeing something completely different. Once again, like I said, him being Solo is just kind of doing whatever he wants, and we can really see that hit a boiling point. So I have this statement here. We haven't seen Roman since WrestleMania, and I pose this to you: Roman Reigns returns at SummerSlam. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
Man, I'm gonna say that's true. He's in a position right now, and it's no fault of anybody running the storyline or giving us the story. It's of the fans. The fans have done what the fans do, and they've already are begging for Roman to come back. They've been begging for Roman to come back. We want Roman chants happen quite often, but right before Roman left, the fans were not chanting his names. They were wanting a change. They were ready for Cody. Yeah, so I'm going to say that's true, because I just think you really have you need to strike with Roman. He's not the oldest wrestler, but he's also not the youngest wrestler, and he he does have you know, is it leukemia that he's
Yes.
battling?
Yeah. Hmm.
So, that stuff does take a toll on him. And, he's around all the best doctors and things like that. So don't get this misconstrued. But at the end of the day, no matter having the best doctors or things like that, stuff like this will take a toll on you.
Yeah.
And it's going to advance his in-ring ability, his in-ring age ability um,
Hmm.
faster than some. And right now, Roman is a feat um in a lot of guys' books, and they still want that win over Roman Reigns. They still want that match with Roman Reigns. Who wouldn't want that match with Roman Reigns? So I think it's true. I think Roman does come back SummerSlam. Um I would love to see him just wait until a certain point in SummerSlam and come out then. That's when we see him. I don't want to see
Hmm.
him a couple weeks before SummerSlam coming back, because I
Nope.
don't think he needs that. He definitely doesn't need that. And yes, Daniel, you are definitely hitting exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The
my boy
fans are
Lard
fickle.
P1. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's true, man.
Yeah. So I absolutely think that is a true statement. We see Roman at SummerSlam.
Yeah. So we haven't got a that's ridiculous on one of these yet, and we're not going to on this one because that's true. I mean, it's true. I just feel like it is. I mean, we have Solo Sokoa, like CM Punk said, is running around. He's being a cosplay tribal chief. You know, you have Jimmy Uso, who was dispatched by the New Bloodline. We haven't seen him since. You have the Tongans, who are there, and of course, we know they're absolute monsters, beasts. They're just the right and left hand men of Solo. And then you have a game changer. I mean, and this isn't exaggerating here. You have a game changer in Jacob Fatu, complete beast, badass Samoan werewolf. How is he going to play into this? And then you have basically like Simba, who's away from the land, but he's growing and strengthening himself on his own, and that's Jey Uso. He's away from the kingdom right now. He's growing and standing on his own too, and surviving and thriving out there. Which, when the time comes for him to return to his bloodline, he's just going to be more stronger and respected for it. But at the end of the day, let's not forget that Roman Reigns is the unequivocal, undisputed guy. That's the guy. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't care. I don't care. I know it's been a few months. People like to have recency bias and stuff, and like, oh, Solo was this, or yeah, Jacob's going to do that, or Jey Uso, he's the guy. Guys, listen. All right. Roman Reigns is the unquestionable, unequivocal, untouchable guy until he's not anymore. Period. Period. So when he comes back at SummerSlam, and I predict it's going to be at the end of the show, and he's not even going to get in the ring. It's going to be the Bloodline or something on the stage celebrating a victory or something like that, and then his music is going to hit, and he's going to come out, and you could end the show. You can definitely end the show with a stare down between Solo and Roman Reigns, and off the air, and everybody's losing their shit. What's Roman gonna say on SmackDown? I mean, you create a moment there by bringing him out at the end of that. I think and like you said, man, we got to get the best out of Roman Reigns while we can. I mean, that's just true too. That's true too. This guy had a historic reign, but there's still many opportunities for him and many people for him to have great wrestling matches with. This ain't over. This ain't far from over. But I understand with his illness, you got to take that seriously. Also, mourning the loss of his father, Sika, and so he's dealing with that as well. So I'm not trying to rush him back. I don't want to get it twisted, John. Say like, oh, he's got to come back and save the show. Listen, The shows are doing just fine. Go be with your family, but once again, I have to say that one of the main reasons that WWE is where it's at right now, that it's in the era that it is in right now, that it is doing the numbers that it is doing right now, that it is going to the venues that it is going to right now, that a good portion of that is because of Roman Reigns. And it's facts.
Yeah.
It's facts. He is an unequivocal needle mover. You want him on your show. Give him his time. Most definitely deserved after that historic run. Give him his time, but we need that man back on television. And you can say I'm glazing him or whatever. I don't care. He's good. He's good for TV. He's good for wrestling. Roman Reigns is jump off the screen anytime he's on television.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, like you said, this era is on Roman's back. It just is. He's the one who's pushed this bloodline story. I mean, I've said it multiple shows we've done. If the wrestling storylines got Oscars, the bloodline would get the first one.
Yes.
Because it's been amazing, and it's not done. We have no idea where it's at.
I don't know where it's ending. I can't even question it anymore. I'm just enjoying the ride. I can't even question it anymore, bro.
Yeah. And I really enjoy that and appreciate the fact that all involved in that storyline have made that storyline like that. Like you said, just I'm enjoying it. I don't care where we're at in it. I'm just loving the fact that we're in it right now. Kind of almost makes me wish we would have had that during the NWO years, just enjoy it,
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy to think how great the storyline has become. And honestly, as much as there's things we might not like about the development of Solo or whatever, I do still feel like that there's a heel that's growing from that. Solo constantly bullying Paul Heyman. I can't remember the last time Paul Heyman felt like a sympathetic babyface because he's getting bullied by some guy. Paul Heyman's always been a smarmy piece of shit, always just saying whatever he wants, doing whatever he wants, politicking his way through things. He's not politicking anything with Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa is saying, do what I tell you to do or I will inflict violence. And that's it. Intimidation factor, intimidation measures are on 10. So, it is what it is. But when Roman comes back, the landscape is most definitely going to change once again because it's Roman Reigns, and any ring he steps into commands his attention. So it is it is. And it's great. It's going to be great when it happens. And I just think that's true. Speaking of things that have been commanding attention, man, I want to move it over back to Monday Night Raw. We talked a little bit of SummerSlam, really on the SmackDown side of things. We're getting away from SummerSlam, but going back to Monday Night Raw, we talk about something that's been compelling, something that's been commanding attention. Man, that's the Wyatt Six, man. This whole segment with the Wyatt Six. My God, we haven't got a chance to really talk about it on the show because we haven't had an episode this week until now. But man, that first off, Gable qualifies for Money in the Bank. Wow, that man is absolutely amazing. Gets shot in the head a week before, then wrestles two monsters and still wins.
He's RoboCop.
Yeah, he's RoboCop, bro. I love it. He's RoboCop. But we saw Sister Abigail come and leave a tape with Michael Cole, and man, on that tape was, maybe it is recency biased, maybe I was just captivated in the moment, maybe I think back at it, I'm like, wow, that was great. But my God, that promo, vignette, segment, whatever you want to call it, between Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas was masterful. I mean, it was masterful. And I even scoured the internet in the comments. You know how that is. Sometimes you go into the comments on X or the comments on Facebook and it's like, oh, you never know what you're going to get, But this was one of those things where everybody universally was like, this is incredible. This gave me goosebumps. This made me tear up. This was, oh my God, this was cinema. This was well produced. Oh my God, the layers, blah, blah, blah. It was wow. I mean, once again, it was great. It was great stuff. So I just want to get your quick thoughts on it real quick before I ask you the question here or give you the statement, because I want to get to that, but I want to give you a chance to kind of give your thoughts on that promo before we get to that
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, real quickly, they're doing everything right with this story. They've like we said in the Bloodline story, we're sitting back and enjoying the ride. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the ride from the start of the Wyatt sick. It's just, it needs to be, because we need to let Bo go through his emotions with this. You could tell in that. I mean, they Uncle Howdy asked Bo how he felt when his brother died. He didn't beat around the bush. He just came
I
out
know. I'm
and
like,
said it.
I'm like, bro, I just sat down.
Yeah, like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, that
So,
took me for a loop, bro. My God.
yeah, we went from a Dr. Phil moment to a Ricky Lake moment in 0.6. And
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the camera angles they use in this. I love the color designs that they use in this. I love the choices of just the simple things of Bo pausing before he answers. And it really, because it gives it that extra bit that makes you feel the humanity. We're witnessing a man who is continuing his hero, his idol, his brother, his blood brother's vision. This doesn't get any more real in wrestling. This and the Bloodline, you are hitting on all the reality levels. And I mean, it's like Vince Russo is back, but not Vince Russo. You know what I mean? Because they're hitting on
a better version of Vince Russo.
Yes, exactly. A more understanding version. Someone who doesn't think that they're the king of the mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm loving this. I cannot wait. I even loved, like I said, Nikki Cross was the best asset they put in there, because that was creepy as fuck. Chad Gable had to have shit himself or pissed himself, one or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic. I love it.
Yes, good stuff, man. I enjoyed it. Just like my man Daniel here said, that's one thing I'll give so much credit to WWE. Their production value is cinema quality. Absolutely,
Yes.
man. I loved it. Good stuff. And one thing I noticed about that promo, real quick, and then once again, I got to get to the statement, but I wanted to gush about this real quick, just because I really enjoyed it. One thing that I noticed, like the dark room that they were in, there was a door behind them. And it looked like the door from the Firefly Funhouse. Just the layers, man.
Yes.
The layers.
Yeah.
And one thing I said, I either said it in the chat or I said it on this show, but I'm going to say it again in case I didn't say it on the show and I just said it on the chat. This is exactly what I wanted from them as far as their presentation of the YH6. We know they're here. Now we should only get them in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
We don't need to see them. I did say it on the show because I was like, oh, there needs to be scenes where it's like a horror film in the back. But like, even the way that it's not exactly what I said, but it's still good, because it's like you're not just throwing all of them in my face. We got a little bit of Abigail, then we got a little bit of Uncle Howdy, and it was just enough. And I feel like that there was a lot of symbolism in the promo. We're talking about, we made them remember. We made them all remember. They just tried to forget about us. And we talk about, and Grunge said, this is an opportunity to bring life to talents that got lost in the shuffle. You know, you forgot. We're going to make them remember. That could be a double entendre. That could be, you forgot about these talents. We're going to make you remember. Or you thought you were going to forget about Bray Wyatt's legacy, and we're going to make you remember. You know, like, and do you think that you're exploiting your brother's legacy? And the answer to that was perfect. And I'm like, what? So I think his legacy should just be a mausoleum. I should just let it die.
Yeah.
I should just let it no, I want to keep it alive. That was wonderfully done. And I want to see more of it. I want to see more of it, which poses this statement. So we didn't get a chance to see it last week, and I think that we didn't see it for good reason, because on NXT they had Joe Hendry, and then they had Jacob Fatu debut on SmackDown. So I'm glad they didn't. But the question is here: at some point, will the Wyatt Six take over both shows, that being SmackDown and Raw? That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
I want to say that's ridiculous, but then I think of the supernatural powers that they seem to have.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've learned through many horror movies, you don't call supernatural powers ridiculous. But I mean, I'm as close to that's kind of ridiculous, just only because you would have to add more members.
yeah.
I don't think the 5 that they have now, and then you add the 6, whatever the 6 may be, because
Right.
that's even up in the. I mean, WWE got a party invitation, and they're bringing the 7-layer dip, and it's in form of the Wyatt Six. And I
Yeah.
mean, like, is the 6th one Bray? Is it the Lantern? Is it, what is it? Is it Uncle Howdy? Is it
Yeah.
is Bo number 6? What do we got here? But like I said, I mean, like if they play it right, there could be a way to do something like that. There could be a way to have your family extended to both brands. Or, I mean, they weren't involved in the draft.
Nope.
They're free agents. They can all go wherever they want. So it might lean me up to that might be true. Like, I'm in between that's ridiculous and that might be true, only because, like, this, like we said, there's so many layers to this one story. I don't want to look like a fool on the internet, my friend.
No, I feel it, man. And I've been kind of advocating it for a while, but I'm gonna say that might be true, because like I get it. Like, I know that you probably want them to be your attraction on Monday Night Raw, and they could definitely be that. And maybe you don't want to have a situation where, for whatever reason, I don't see why or how that would happen at this point, but the Wyatt Six comes toe to toe with the Bloodline, and then it's like, where do you go from there? I don't think that's a situation that needs to be even thought about right now. It doesn't need to even be a thing at all, because, like, with the Wyatt Six being so new and the Bloodline being so dominant, where do you go with that? It doesn't feel like there's an easy solution that's gonna make everything better. I would not do it at all, but I do feel like that there's truth to, like, a supernatural being. You really think you're going to confine them to one place? No, they're going to go where they want to go. They're going to do what they want to do. So, like, the idea of um Nick Aldis giving a phone call to Adam Pearce and saying, hey, you just want to keep the Wyatt Six over there. We don't want them over here. So just go ahead and keep them over on Monday Night Raw. You're the general manager. I'm sure they'll listen to you. Don't bring them to SmackDown. Good luck. See you at the board meeting.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how that's gonna work. You can't
Yeah.
confine supernatural beings to where you want them to stay at. They are supernatural beings. They're gonna go where they want to go. They don't play by the rules. They don't do any of that shit. They don't care about your corporate sponsorships. They don't care about your television rights. They don't care about any of that shit. They're supernatural figures that have their very own agenda that does not coincide with you making money or this or that. I just feel like if we're going to do it, we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there's a reality in WWE where you can make the stable fit on both shows, where you don't have to have them over on there every week, or even have the same guys on the show every week. Like on Monday Night Raw, we literally just saw Bo and Abby.
Yeah.
Where was Rambling? Where was Mercy? And Oh, the other, you know what I'm talking. Oh yeah,
The
Huskus, yeah, Huskus,
yeah,
Huskus the
Huskers.
pig. So where was Huskus? You know, they weren't there. You know, so now could we maybe see two of them on SmackDown, or maybe we don't see Abby on Monday Night Raw or Bo on Monday Night Raw, and maybe we see Huskus and Mercy or something. I don't know. Like, well, it's just a different scenario, but I think there's a reality in WWE where it's possible for them to be on both shows. So uh
Yeah.
that's my thoughts on it. I think that it's going to be a situation. We're going to see where it goes. But we're gonna move on here, man, because we still have a great watch along to do, and I'm excited for that. I just got a couple more questions here in the game, and then we'll be done here. But I'm gonna bring this up here. We got Money in the Bank. That's next week. That's in Canada. It's gonna be great. We're gonna see two Money in the Bank matches. That's gonna, of course, be the men's Money in the Bank and the women's Money in the Bank match, and a lot of moving parts going into this. We're going to have a couple of qualifying matches tonight that involve Jade Cargill going up against Candice LeRae, going up against Tiffany Stratton as a Money in the Bank qualifier. We also have Naomi, Blair Davenport, and Indy Hartwell. And then we have LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Santos Escobar. All these triple threat matches are Money in the Bank qualifying matches. I love the triple threat matches. I love that element that they're putting in there. Good stuff. But man, there's a lot of thoughts going into Money in the Bank, because Money in the Bank can change the trajectory of a talent's career. And it's always a big thing. But we have Jade Cargill once again. She has her opportunity to qualify tonight. So I pose to you this statement: Jade Cargill will become Miss Money in the Bank.
Okay, I'm going to give this next statement. This is personally for me and how I view Jade's career so far in the WWE. And mind you, of all my past praise of her, because it's very important, I think that's ridiculous right now. I don't think Jade is ready for that title right now. What I do think is Naomi gets that. Naomi cashes in, and I'm going to say it at SummerSlam, if Nia's not the champion. Naomi's going to come in. She's going to cash in. If Bayley wins, she's going to do that. She's going to look at Bayley, and she's going to look at her and be like, that's what I do. You didn't know that this was coming. This was coming. And then you're going to, then you're going to see Jade for her championship run. I think it's going to come down to her and Naomi for a belt. And then when Jade wins it, then we're going to have the Bianca Belair. So, mind you, I am not saying it because I don't believe Jade cannot win it. I'm saying it more because I think she needs more time. And this would be a way to develop a story with her and make it more meaningful and more like people want to come even more to Jade, because I know she has a huge fan base right now, but it's going to get bigger. It needs to get bigger because she's Jade, and we all know what she can do. So that's where I'm at with that. I hate to say those words next to her name, but I do think that that's ridiculous.
Listen, man, it isn't hating on her or feeling like she's not good enough or anything like that. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. Jade's an incredible talent with incredible upside and has a very bright future ahead of her. And I am a fan of Jade Cargill and all the work that she does.
Yes.
With that being said, that's ridiculous, because she's not even getting past the qualifier tonight because she's not winning, because Tiffany Stratton is going to be winning by pinning Candice LeRae. Jade Cargill's not going to take the pin. Tiffany Stratton is going to go and get a spot in Money in the Bank, and that's just what it's going to be. And let's face it, I like the idea of Tiffany Stratton more in a Money in the Bank ladder match environment than Jade. Jade, honestly, if I'm being honest, Jade would scare me. Jade would
Yeah.
scare me in that environment. It's not hating. I'm not being negative. It's nothing like that. I just don't think she's ready for that type of environment where one wrong move and somebody can get seriously hurt. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it just is what it is. And I don't think she's ready for that type of environment. I think they put her in this triple threat match to put her out there and roll her out and make people believe that she might win. I don't think she's winning tonight. I think Tiffany Stratton walks out tonight as with the spot of the women's Money in the Bank. I just think she fits the match type better, and I
Yeah.
think that you can protect Jade Cargill without putting her in that type of scenario and put her in more situations to not only look dumb, but to a further extent possibly hurt herself or somebody else.
Yeah.
So I just don't see them doing that tonight. I just don't. And for that reason, I say that that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Once again, it is not hating, it's not being negative, nothing like
No.
that. It's just being realistic. Huge fan of Jade. I think she's great and she's incredibly talented. And it's fine because she'll probably won't ever hear me say it. And if she did, she won't give a shit about what I have to say because she's incredibly famous and talented and in great shape. And I'm just a guy with the mic on a podcast, and that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. But that's my opinion. That's my thoughts on it. I think it's ridiculous, but I want to stay with Money in the Bank real quick. This is going to be my second to last question. I think the last question is going to pop you a little bit. We'll see. But it's going to be very interesting because I brought up that triple threat match with LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Santos Escobar. And, we have a budding feud between Logan Paul and LA Knight, which I think is really good. I think it's a good thing for sure. But now they're in this Money in the Bank qualifying match. Man, there's a lot of different ways that you can go with this. But, man, this is an opportunity to put Logan Paul in kind of rarefied air because I think there hasn't been many who've done this. Maybe Seth Rollins. Maybe. I'm not for sure. I don't think he had it at the same time. Maybe The Miz. I'd have to look it up, but it would put him in rarefied air if he were to do this at Money in the Bank. And I pose to you this question or this statement: Logan Paul will simultaneously hold the U.S. title and the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
That might be true because you could definitely catch some heat if you do that. Because then you don't have to do the ridiculous putting up his title for title, and then right before the 11th hour, he's not putting up his title. What are you talking about? You don't have to do that because he can just walk in with his briefcase, and we all know would see a nice Prime logo on that briefcase if he won. He would
you
slap
already
a
know.
sticker on that. That's an interesting thing because how long do you play with that? If you do go that route, how long do you let him keep that briefcase until he cashes in? You could go a long period of time like the Damian Priest angle. You could do that, but you are going to have to withstand the hate that is going to be on the internet if you do that.
God. Oh yeah. A barrage.
I honestly did not even think of this scenario in one bit of my thinking of who's going to walk out with this. But if you did do that, that would definitely make this a very interesting Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
I think that might be true because of the storyline benefits of it.
Yeah, I think that I'll just come out and say I think that might be true, and I think it might be a great move. I just do.
Weird to say.
I mean, I just do because, like you said, the hate that it's going to generate is going to be great. And let's not sit up here. I don't know if anybody's saying it, but if there's any of those people out there that's saying it, I'm dispatching this right now. We cannot say that Logan Paul is just a guy who shows up for the big shows. He's a celebrity wrestler, blah, 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 yada, 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 all that BS. He's a part-timer, blah, 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 yada, 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 all that BS. Nah, nope.
No.
This guy's been showing up. He's been working his way up through the card the right way. He has. I mean, he's showing up to shows. He's being a part of PLEs. He's not part-timing it. When this man said that I'm going to focus my time on wrestling, he meant it.
Yeah.
He's proving it. So there's definitely a scenario where this guy could not only have viral moments at the Money in the Bank match. I mean, he fits this match perfectly. He just does. He just does. He fits a match style like this perfectly. Great opportunity for him to have a viral moment like he likes to have, and those are always great. But also put the briefcase on the guy. I'm down for it. Let's do it. And let's give him a decent run with the briefcase. And that's gonna make it easier to swallow. That's gonna make it easier to swallow when LA Knight eventually beats him for that US championship, and then LA Knight becomes US champion. But it's okay though, because Logan still has the briefcase, so it's just a lot of different scenarios. I think it's the right move. I think that might be true. I only say that might be true because you never know. Once again, like I said, there's still that Jey Uso element in there, but it's not ridiculous. It's absolutely not ridiculous. I don't think that at all. So yeah, I think we could see that now. Let's get to the
interesting thing.
Yeah, we could definitely talk more about that on the Sunday house party for sure. We can get to that.
I think we should.
Absolutely. But last question here, and then we're gonna get to this great watch along here. I'm excited for it. Man. So we don't really talk a lot of AEW on this show. It just is what it is. I'm a firm believer in, if you don't like something, you don't have to bash it. You could just not talk about it. And some people eat off of bashing things on podcast, and that's their whole basis, and that's whatever. It is what it is. But we don't do that here, and I've never tried to make this a space like that. But there has been news circulating with AEW involving one Shane McMahon. And it's gotten to a point where like Tony Khan is addressing it, and like Kevin Nash is addressing it. So I don't know, man. I feel like there's a little bit of smoke, and if there's smoke, there could be some fire. I don't know, but I want to pose this to you before we do this great ECW watch along. Shane McMahon becomes a part of AEW in any way, shape, or form. That's true. That might be true, or that's ridiculous.
I'm gonna go that's true, because I've been following this story. I've said a few things, but I've really actually been following this story. And you have Tony Khan, who is playing the no, that's ridiculous. No, I've never had a conversation with Shane McMahon. Okay, sure. You've never had a conversation with one of the top minds and top names in professional wrestling. Okay,
Right.
sure. Secondly, I've heard certain wrestlers, they didn't name any names, but I've heard wrestlers say that they're talking to him, and they've been talking to him. And why wouldn't they? They were former WWE people. They've developed friendships with him. And my last point on this is, you have to do something, Tony. You have to do something. And this would be Shane McMahon showing up on Monday Night Nitro moment. This would be a screw you, Hunter. I don't care if you're my brother-in-law. I'm going over here, your competitor, and I'm going to help him try to stick a thorn in your side. Who knows what they're going to do, but I do really think that Shane McMahon by the end of this year will be in some form or fashion a part of AEW.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Me, I'm gonna go with that might be true. And it's not because I don't want to see it, because honestly, I think it'd be good for wrestling. I do.
Yeah.
Um, but I definitely don't think it's ridiculous. I don't think that at
Mm-mm.
all. Just based on that old saying in wrestling, you never say never. Anything is possible. You never say never in wrestling. And this is once again, like you just said and made a great point. This is the guy that we saw say, yeah, the name on the contract says McMahon, but it's not Vince, on WCW Nitro. I believe that was in Cleveland all those years back.
Do you remember
um
that night?
yeah,
That was
it was
insane.
one of the craziest nights in all of prof. I remember going back and forth between channels, and I was a kid. And I'm like, "What? I can't process what's happening.
Yeah.
This isn't real." Like it's yes, man. It's good. It's good. It's not bad, and it
Mm-mm.
shakes things up in a way that you can have him on TV. And honestly, I think that if you put him in some sort of high role or something like that, and then just have Tony not make a lot of TV appearances, because like I think he just works better backstage. I don't need
Yeah.
to see Tony Khan on my TV all the time. I just don't. And
No.
um I think that Shane McMahon would be great for the company. You give him, like I said, give him some high power. Take somehow like get the power off the elite. Get the power off of them somehow, so that way they can be leveled with everybody else, level the playing field. Because we don't need a damn NWO situation. That doesn't need to happen,
Mm-mm.
where there's absolute power. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to somebody that is going, because let's face it, like the more down the middle GMs are working right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I don't think it's like archaic to have like a heel bad guy GM or something like that. Like, I don't think we're past that time or anything like that. But right now, kind of the hot thing, like look at Nick Aldis,
Yeah.
neutral, stands his ground. Look at Adam Pearce, neutral, stands his ground. If you have that element in AEW where that's the case, it's going to be great, and it could really change the dynamic of the show.
No, I agree. I agree. And isn't Mercedes Monet there?
Yeah.
Shane and her are friends. Like that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
she has gushed about Shane multiple times and about his matches from the past. So like people need to understand that something like this could a nostalgia fact when it comes to the Monday Night Wars. I know it's two different companies and we're not at those points anymore, but you have the AEW going against WWE. That's what it is right now. WWE has synced up a partnership with TNA in some aspect, and it's working. It's not. It's not working. I mean, it is
Yeah.
working, and the both brands are benefiting from it. So this would be the ultimate time to do something like that. And Shane McMahon is the ultimate character to pull this off, and I would love to see him in a GM role. Give me a couple of guys who went from WWE over to AEW, put them behind Shane, call them Shane's boys,
Yep.
and and there's a crew that you could have like a mock four horsemen, something that Shane could work with. And we've seen it. I mean, it'll be no Mean Street Posse by all means, but it will
Yeah.
be good. Mean
Yeah.
Street Posse was a mean street to grow up on.
Yeah, it was, man. It sure was. And like
Pete
when I
Gas.
say, oh, I loved Pete Gas. But
I do too.
when I say bring him on the show, I don't mean just put him on TV and let him talk. I mean
No.
use this man's mind. Use this mind to help improve your company. This is
Yeah.
somebody. This is somebody who's been who's been through many renaissances in professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that. He's Shane McMahon. He's the son of, no matter what you think about Vince, we know about all the stuff that he does. I'm not celebrating it, but at the end of the day, he is the greatest wrestling promoter of all time. I mean, he just is. And the numbers back that up, the money backs that up, the moments back that up. He definitely did not hit a lot of home runs, and he paid more for pussy than he did for WCW. But you can't change the fact you can't change the fact that he's the greatest wrestling promoter of all time.
It's real true, though. He did. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Oh. Yeah, he besides the laughter, because he caught me off guard with that statement. But yeah, you are 100% right. Vince McMahon, outside of his depravity, that man has built what we enjoyed, and without that foundation, Trips wouldn't be doing the storylines he's doing now. And
Yeah.
if I can put one more point on this, if you do go with Shane McMahon being a part of your promotion, you need to sign the HBO Max deal. You need
God,
to
get
sign
it
it.
done.
You have to, because once you do that, you go over there. They give you a platform, and it's not a restricted platform. Because if you think that you're going to keep up with WWE on Netflix Monday Night
Yeah,
Raw,
come
you're
on.
dreaming, Tony. You are dreaming.
Yeah,
It's
no.
going to engulf them.
Yes, I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't know that I agree. Once Monday Night Raw gets on Netflix, it is going to be the Wild West in WWE. It just is. It just is. And Triple H has already said, "Get ready. When we go on Netflix, we're about to get edgier." He's already said
Yeah.
it, and it's coming. It's happening. I'm ready and raring to go to get my my Netflix situation situated. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be watching. This is gonna be it's it's going to be 420 WrestleMania. 420 WrestleMania on the road to WrestleMania. When they get to Netflix, this is going to be, we thought that the road to WrestleMania this past year was crazy. I know I've said it before. You guys can clip it. We can come back to this, whatever. We can find this clip again. I'm telling you that the 2025 road to WrestleMania is going to be one of the wildest roads to WrestleMania that we've seen in years.
Yep.
Years. And once again, earlier this year was cinema. So good. Still burned in my brain is Rock beating the hell out of Cody out there in the rain by all those production trucks. Come on, man. You don't think they're going to top that on Netflix? Yeah. Come on. I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's the perfect time to do it too. Exactly how you capped it off with what we witnessed this road to WrestleMania. You put that on Netflix where you're able to go balls to the wall. Someone might get Sandman crucified. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna. It's gonna be such an amazing element. Like we're away from, and this is a discussion I was having with my son before, because he would ask me, how come they bleep out the profanity when the crowd chants it or when the talent says it on Monday Night Raw, but they don't do it on Peacock? And I'm like, because there's no FCC to regulate streaming. You know what I'm saying? They can regulate national television, but they can't regulate streaming, So this was just once again, a great play. And people have been aching and burning for a edgier WWE. And everybody's like, oh, well, you guys aren't going to be able to handle it. If you guys couldn't handle the stuff in the Attitude Era, you're not going to be able to handle it now. And everybody's sensitive and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, there's still a lot of sensitive people out there. They're still out there. Yeah. But, I feel like that we have taken a turn in society a little bit where it's like, okay, we're kind of tired of, I know I am tired of canceling people, tired of acting sensitive. And I want to see something a little bit more edgier. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's not berating any sort of like, uh, sexual
Yeah,
orientation
yeah,
or race or blah, 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 or anything like that. Like, or religious beliefs or what have you, whatever sparks you or triggers you, whatever, those type of niche type things that you really shouldn't touch, really, as long as it's not going in that direction. I think they should be good. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, I just think that they should. It's a good time right now where everybody's like, man, everybody's sensitive, everybody's this, that. I miss 1997. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
do. I do.
like we could honestly have a chance to at least feel those 97
Yeah,
vibes again on Netflix, and I'm excited for that. So I think
me
that could
too.
be great. But going way back to the point here before we do this watch along, I agree with you. I think get on HBO Max, get on Max, get Shane McMahon in, utilize his brain, and help your brand. So yeah, once again, I think that's true, or that might be true. Anything's possible. I think if they do it, it's gonna be great, and it could go in the right direction. Uh, but man, it's time now for us to do this watch along. I'm excited. I wanted to round out the episode because it's great to do these watch alongs, but we also still got to talk about what's happening in the week. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, not the Gold Dust and Razor story. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, Daniel, there's gonna be some things coming. I think we're
Yeah,
in for some exciting things. So just stay tuned. I know you've been a fan for a while. We've been in groups together for a while, so I know you're gonna keep checking it out. But I think some really good stuff is coming.
okay.
But man, we got to get this watch along. And Daniel, if you want to check it out with us, if you're available, come and do it with us. I'm on Peacock, man. We're gonna be watching the main event of ECW Guilty is Charged 1999, where Taz went up against Shane Douglas, a franchise Shane Douglas, for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. I got to do what I always do here, and that's give you guys where we're starting at and then give you guys an opportunity to get there. And we're going to do that. So that's 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 35 seconds into the program. That is on the Peacock app. ECW section, Guilty as Charged 1999, Season 1, Episode 1. So, it's not an episodic thing. It's just one,
No.
but that's how they do it on Peacock. It is ECW Guilty as Charged 1999. 2 hours, 10 minutes, 35 seconds into it, you will see an interviewer going backstage, and we're going to give you guys an opportunity to bring that match up. And while we do that, Voice, give us some of your thoughts on this match.
This match, wow, this is a great, great feud that was happening in ECW at the time. Shane Douglas walking in as champion. Really at this moment in the franchise's career, everything was starting to fall around him. Chris Candido, he had a big argument with him. And I believe that was an hour before this match. Then there was the Bam Bam Bigelow fallout. So Shane Douglas is on an island by himself during this match,
Mm-hmm.
which is very uncommon for Shane Douglas in the ECW era, if you are a fan and know of him. And this is also a moment where we really see the expertise of Taz. You see why he is known as the suplex machine. You see why ECW got on his back and was like, we will go wherever you take us as a champion. And honestly, this is one of my favorite moments of Taz in his career. Purely for those reasons, because this is a fantastic match that he really showed his in-ring abilities in. And Shane Douglas, I mean, what is left to say about that man in the ring? This guy is your franchise player. He was any promotion he was in. Honestly, I feel Shane Douglas should have had a title, because not only does he give you that arrogant champion, that I'm better than you champion, he also gives you that champion you could beat and you could make a name for yourself. There's many guys who made names for themselves going against Shane Douglas in a ring, staring right across the ring from him, turnbuckle to turnbuckle. The franchise player is Shane Douglas, and ECW really highlighted his career in ways that no other promotion could ever do for that man. So this Taz, Shane Douglas, Francine in a ring, this is one of my favorite moments of ECW.
Yeah, I definitely am excited to see this match here because it's the first time that I've ever seen it. And for Daniel there, I put it in there in the chat too, but it's 2 hours, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. 2 hours, 10 minutes, 35 seconds into 1999 ECW Guilty as Charged. Taz versus the franchise Shane Douglas for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. Once again, this is my first time seeing this match. This is a time where I wasn't able to like, I didn't have access to ECW, but I was always a fan of the brand. I always loved hardcore wrestling, so I always wanted to dig deep into these shows. But at the time, the only thing I could watch is, what was on TV that I did have access to. But
Yep.
even back then, I showed signs of wanting to be on that cool underground of wrestling, and ECW was that cool underground wrestling promotion that is like, oh, you're not a real wrestling fan if you don't know about ECW. You don't know about ECW? You call yourself a wrestling fan? Oh, you're just a WWF fan. Okay, I get it. It's there. So this is gonna be cool. I'm excited to watch it. Once again, we're about to get it started, guys. 2 hours, 10 minutes, 35 seconds. We are about to get it started here. Voice, are you ready, bro?
Oh, I'm ready. Taz is about to talk, and he says one of the best lines he ever started. So I'm excited. I already know what's about to come.
Awesome, man. Okay, great. So we're gonna do a countdown from 3. Soon as I say 0, we're gonna get it cracking here. So 3, 2, 1, 0, and play.
Yes, this is. Look at young Taz.
Wow.
He was so angry in this
You
one.
mad?
Oh yeah, he's big mad. And I love the authenticity of these backstage promos.
Survive if I let you.
There it is. There it
with
is.
the Ralph Lauren dad hat.
Yeah,
Love it.
And I mean, you've been backstage, I've been backstage. There's guys like that are sitting there wearing the normal stuff, water bottles all around them.
Just jump right into character.
Exactly. And yeah, this is a match also where Shane Douglas does have a broken wrist.
Francine in the background doing her makeup.
Yeah. Just look at the intensity from him.
Yeah, he's intense.
Shane Douglas to me is like, he's just somebody who should be celebrated for his in-ring stuff.
Damn. You say you're mine.
Yeah. I love that belt too.
Yeah, beautiful belt.
She's yeah.
She's annoyed. This is about to be
Man,
good. Oh, this is about to
yeah.
be good.
And this is already they're already electrified through the crowd. There's been some this is a really good pay-per-view. I would suggest anybody who's into ECW go back after this and rewatch this entire pay-per-view because it's good.
Look at Taz, man.
Yeah,
Look at Taz, man. So inspirational.
dude,
Look at this guy. A
like
pit bull.
he is the perfect amateur wrestling body. Like you wouldn't if I had to pick a body type to go into amateur wrestling, Taz would be.
That's the one.
Yeah, he's
That's the
low
one.
center of gravity and just that upper body strength. And look at those tree trunks for thighs.
Look at him. Look at him. Just a specimen, an absolute specimen.
Yes. And fans, if you can notice on his taping, he does have FTW. Taz used to have a saying, fuck the world, because he was a monster. And go back in the early Taz. They transformed him from a actual character that was a Taz. He used to come out in a leopard singlet. He had long hair. It was all curly, and that's how he used to come out. And it was like some barbarian that they found in the woods, and they just brought him into a ring. And then now look at him. Like the transformation of the character of Taz is actually pretty cool if you go back and you check it out.
Oh yeah, man. And I've listened to those podcasts so many times, and the fuck the world was basically like it was him saying, it was him against everybody. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And it
Yep.
was him getting in his, it was him getting in his own head and saying, listen, it was self-motivation, you know what I'm saying? Because I can definitely vibe with that, because it definitely motivates you to be like, you know what? It's me against everybody. I got to prove all these people wrong. And I think that was a big thing with Taz, is that he was just out there to prove everybody wrong, show everybody he was a main event player, and take advantage of that moment. And he definitely did in his time with ECW for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes, Daniel chiming in. Taz was a machine. You are
Absolutely.
correct.
Absolutely. But look at Shane Douglas here, man. Let's not forget about the fact that this guy was just a specimen himself, and a perennial champion, with the company, just a top guy. And he even alluded to that. And look at these two. It's like two titans in the business going up against each other at that time. It's great to see.
Yes. I mean, at this time, this is your Rock and your Steve Austin of ECW. And Taz, just that face, like, I don't give a fuck about you, and you know it.
Yep. He's here to get the job done, and that's it. Cold stare on his face. Ready to go.
And I think this is like right after Taz kind of parting ways with Sabu and Bill Alfonso and things like that. Because at one time they were tag team partners, and old Fonzie, he was the manager of both of them. I just love the cockiness of Shane.
Yeah,
he really plays that
what
character. Yeah, he just plays it so well. And ladies and gentlemen, he is the franchise. That's
the franchise.
Yeah, he gained that moniker. He adorns it. That is the franchise right there. So many people wanted
Francine.
him on. Yeah, she didn't want to let go of that title. She was going to carry it. And you got to give credit to Francine too. She was a part of every single one of their pay-per-views.
Sometimes I feel like Francine don't get the flower she deserves.
I agree with you 100% on that one. I will go back to our game. That is definitely true.
Yeah. Oh, game.
Oh, yep.
You told him he was number one twice.
He definitely did.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. All right, filling each other out here.
Yeah, and it's amateur wrestling esque. This is
Yes, I
how you
like
would
it.
feel somebody out, like going at him on the mat. And
Oh,
Shane
there we
can
go.
mat wrestle.
That was a. I'm sorry. That was a clean lockup. Like that was
Oh yeah,
clean. Oh, look at him
yeah.
go.
You're gonna see a lot of these move transitions, and they are crisp.
Oh, there we go. Okay. This is very much not what people like would normally expect from ECW.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, though: when they did do it in ECW, the crowd loved it. They
Yeah.
would chant for the pure wrestling of the talent. I mean, Eddie Guerrero is one of their favorites.
I mean, and there was definitely like ECW definitely was mostly like with the craziness and the hardcore and the death matches and stuff like that. But you would still get great wrestling on ECW if you were a regular watcher. Like if you were just a casual watcher, like of course, only thing that you think about is like the crazy matches and stuff like that. But this, if you were in depth with ECW and in tune with ECW, you knew that they could do this, you know?
Oh, yeah. Their Lucha Libre era was phenomenal, man.
Oh man.
Psychosis in there.
Oh,
ECW
psychosis.
Psychosis is something to watch.
And you know what's crazy, man? Because this is around I believe that might have been around the time that Psychosis was actually also making appearances on WCW as well.
Yes. Yes, he was a free market player.
Yes, he was. He was. Always it's a but as this match is going on, it's always interesting to think about like the structure of how wrestling is and how we know it now, being being involved in the business in ways and being able to peel back that curtain and see the structure of it and then comparing it to how it was back then because I was like, dang, yeah, you had guys like Eddie Guerrero that was on ECW and then he'd be on WCW as well. And it was just like you go anywhere and represent that brand and you're like you said a freelance player, a contracted employee, you know, or not contracted but like a contractor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like whatever they need you to do and like it I just think that's fascinating to me, that part, as we
Yeah.
have Shane Douglas outside of the ring there, Taz looking strong in the middle of the ring, but yeah, that's fascinating to me, bro.
Yeah, because even Ray was a part of that. He
Yeah.
was he appeared a couple times in ECW.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know who Alexander Hammerstone is on TNA?
I've heard of him, yes.
Just looking at Shane Douglas right now, like Alexander Hammerstone, like is giving like those Shane Douglas type vibes. Maybe Hammerstone's a little bit bigger than him, but like the hair, the look, the grizzled type look, it just gives that big
Yeah.
energy. I don't know. I'm seeing that now. I
Well,
feel
and
that I
Shane
can feel the
Douglas is
crowd.
he's really known for that though. That look. Like that look didn't change when he went to different promotions.
Yeah.
Really using that cast on his hand to his advantage in this match.
It's crazy. I know Taz is short, but I didn't realize that Shane Douglas is only 6 foot because in the ring he's looking a lot bigger. But also
Yeah.
Taz is also a short, on the shorter side as well.
Yeah. And Taz has that really low center of gravity, and it's
Yeah,
just like I said. Look at this. This is a boom, a
oh
reverse
man,
Alabama slammer.
love it. Ooh, there's the clothesline.
And Taz had aggressive clotheslines. Like he made them look like they were gonna hurt you.
Well, here's the thing that Taz was always good at. That really that really helped him excel in ECW, but this same trait also hurt him in WWE is that he's 5'9", but he moves around like he's big, he steps bigger than what he is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like like the way he walks and carries himself and throws people and stuff, you would think that he was 6'8". You know what I'm saying? But he's only 5'9", and like that was the dog. And oh my god, we're getting in the crowd now. We're getting in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at, could you
Yeah.
imagine being a part of
Right.
that?
And I would have loved it. I would have been all those
Oh my
annoying fans.
god!
Look, the security's got to pull
The
all the
security is
fans
pulling
off
him.
of him.
Oh, is that dang? Somebody threw a drink.
Yeah. Well,
Francine is
if
like,
you
what is
notice,
going on?
what set that up is Taz getting thrown into the guardrail. That
Yeah.
guardrail bent because of the way
Yeah.
Taz hit it.
Look at this. They are out there, bro.
This is ECW. This
Yeah,
right
this
here.
is yeah. This is what ECW was all about. Man, if Grun was watching this, he'd be going crazy.
He wouldn't know what to think. He'd be like, wait, what? That
They
deep into
did
the
this?
fence? They
How did they
didn't
not keep the
section it
fans
all?
away?
Yeah. Well, and there's a famous story too of when Bam Bam Bigelow was in ECW, a fan. It was either at it was at the show where him and Taz go against each other. A fan hit Bam Bam's son, and
Oh wow.
Bam Bam went backstage and was like, "Hey, point him out to me." And then they had a little talk with that gentleman backstage.
I'm sure they had a little talk.
Whoa.
Look at this, man. This is a great environment.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to get him. He couldn't suplex him. Being out in this crowd, this is why ECW was special though, and this is why like so many people were invested in ECW, because like when you have this type of element, like the fans love it, and that when the fans love it, it motivates the talent to be even better. It's just lightning in a bottle.
Oh yeah, 100% on that
Oh,
one.
yeah, he just threw his ass over there.
Just right into the chairs that don't move.
My God. You see people just jumping in front of the camera, acting crazy. This was 1999, bro.
It was too. And look, the security like, come on, we gotta keep everybody get away from here.
Security got fired that night, bro.
Dude, if you're not a fan of the old ECW and what they did, there was a lot of fans who brought weapons, and the Dudley Boys were very well known for grabbing random weapons from fans and just laying into people. They're going to the top, man.
Yeah, they're taking it all the way. Can you imagine being in the nosebleeds for this show and thinking, yeah, I mean, it's a good seat, but nothing's gonna happen. And then here they coming your way?
Dude, that would be epic.
He's taking him up higher.
Yeah, they used to go everywhere in ECW.
Yeah. Look at the fuck him up, Shane.
Man, that right there to me is a really cool moment, to where it shows that Shane as the champion trying to struggle up there and Taz overcoming him.
Hell no. Okay, I thought he was about to jump. I was like, bro, no. Oh shit, he's bringing him up there.
Yo. Slam him right now. You would have to think, how quick do you have to be on your feet in the crowd doing this stuff? Like thinking what your next move's going to be.
Oh, you definitely. He's busted open. He is
We
busted open.
got color.
Yeah, we got color. No,
and that guy's just rubbing it. Did you see that fan just rub?
Look at this guy.
I got Shane Douglas's blood on my hands.
My God, his night was made. Look how far away they are from the ring, bro.
That's insane.
They are so far away from this is incredible. This is incredible. I love this. And then Francine's still in the ring. Like, can you imagine how awkward has it been for Francine to just stand there in the ring for as long as they've been out there?
And normally in ECW, like if there's a female valet, the other wrestler has a female one, so they can fight in the ring. This one, Francine's just in the ring by herself.
She's
and
chilling.
Shane is laying some chair upon Taz.
Yes, he is.
He is busted wide open, though.
Yeah, he is.
Taking a seat.
And then of course he's got the messy blonde hair going, which goes perfect with color.
Yes.
Ask Ric Flair and Cody Rhodes.
Oh, that's how they make their careers.
Yes. That blonde hair is perfect for blood. And they're getting back down there. My God, they have such a long way to get back to.
Yeah. At some point, you have to think Shane is like, man, this was a mistake. We shouldn't have gone this far.
Yeah, we should have gone this far. We went way too
He's
far.
going back up, though.
No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe you're wrong.
I could be. Maybe Taz was
I definitely feel like we should ask Shane that, like, did you guys intend to go up that far in 1999? Yeah. Like, or did you guys just be like, dang, we went really far, now we got to commit to it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those are the questions I would like to ask.
It's a solid question. It's a solid question.
Yeah. Oh.
My God, look at this blood all over him, man.
And I believe Taz is busted open at this point, too.
Yo! Oh! Suplexed his ass.
Yep, Taz is busted open as well.
Yep.
That guy's got half a beer. He's like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine that action coming your way? You're a couple of beers in. You're probably feeling great.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is 1999. This is ECW, Taz, Shane Douglas, ECW Championship. Like, this is a great vibe. Yeah, and Dan makes a great point. I just want to get to the comments real quick. Daniel makes a great point. Where did they hire the security from? I agree, bro. I agree. Dear God.
Knowing ECW, they probably didn't tell this security team that they were going into the crowd.
No, I'm sure not. I'm sure not. Look at these guys, man.
They're just now made it to the main floor.
Man, yes. They're just getting through this crowd, this capacity crowd. Look at this.
And they haven't stopped laying hits on each other.
No, they've been going at it. They've been going at it. All right, now we're finally back ringside. My God.
Yeah.
These fans love it, appreciate it. To think we started with pure wrestling and we got to that. And now we got tables coming in now. All right. We're back at ECW now.
Yep. ECW is back in action.
Yes, it is. We love it. This is the ECW we love. I love pure wrestling, but this is what I like. So we're gonna see what he does with his table. Taz is now in the ring.
Yeah, he finally crawled back into the ring, and that's what I loved. You couldn't have like champions advantage with a count out in ECW because at any moment it turned into a hardcore. And it was acceptable and actually wanted by the fans. Big boot right to the head. And Taz just showing his toughness.
Bring it again. Do it again. Yeah, he wants it.
And Shane's just baffled that this man just went through all of that and is still wanting more.
Yep, look at him. There we go, Taz. God, I love Taz.
Coming right back.
Yep.
That was the whole thing about Taz. He was the every working man, the man who worked to get what he needed.
Right through that table. Base
right
first.
Through the table. Fans, I don't know if you've ever been through a table, but going on your back, it's kind of difficult. It hurts a little bit, and sometimes the table doesn't break, but to fall in it face first like that, that takes some skill.
Bro, this is our literal first pinfall of the match.
Yep.
Kick out at 2, obviously, but first pinfall of the match. My God, this match is taking me on a roller coaster. We went from pure wrestling to fighting all the way into the nosebleeds. Now we got table action. We got some color. We got another table coming. The queen. Jesus.
And this is right after Taz's broken neck. I forgot to mention that. Taz is fresh off of his neck surgery.
Do you notice these agents running? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, but do you notice these agents running in the background? Did something happen? I
Well,
don't know if you know.
there's a thing with the fans. Sometimes they have certain signs that had to come down because of what they said, and then there was
Okay.
actual fights that happened in ECW crowds. And if
Yeah.
you see security running, there's a fight.
More tables coming. I do remember the ECW that was spray painted on their tables at the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's where most of their budget went.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
no clue. I just
Furniture.
got that joke. Yeah.
No, I'm sure furniture was probably, but I know a lot of deathmatch companies though, they actually get good deals on that stuff, honestly. So
Oh yeah.
people hate on
Daniel's
him, but I
chiming
love
in
Joey
with,
Styles.
yeah. People hate on him, but I love Joey Styles on commentary. He fit ECW so well and always had a passion. I can.
Oh, my bad.
Oh
I'm sorry. That suplex through the
no,
table real
you're
quick, and
good.
then we'll get to that point. That was epic. My God, that was epic. But
Yeah.
I know you were gonna make a point about Joey Styles. I just got to say, this is a storyteller, and we got a pinfall. Kick out of two. This is a storyteller, and this is a guy who's been what the hell?
Oh, you don't know what happens when that happens in ECW?
Uh-oh.
I think you know who's coming out. There he is.
Yes.
The man himself, Sabu, homicidal, genocidal, suicidal.
The great Sabu. Here he comes. Oh my God.
Yup. And there's old Bill Alfonso. Sabu just rampant on those
Oh,
two. Big chair shot there by Sabu. Bill Alfonso giving him that second one. And
getting the
beautiful baseball
furniture.
slide. And fans, if you don't know, I get geeked for Sabu anytime he does anything. So,
And you better do something now.
yup.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
And Shane Douglas didn't have to take a single bit of that.
He sure didn't. He
Taz
just
took
fell.
it all. Taz he took it all on
He
that
took it
one.
all. Every last bit.
And this was a big in the storyline, this is a big moment that Sabu is back in ECW and he's seeking retribution against Taz. This started the FTW championship.
Oh, Yo!
Yeah, Air Sabu. And Douglas is just out. But this what started the FTW belt.
Oh, okay. Oh, he just
Boom.
threw a chair at that man. I love the fact that he is just killing these guys while his theme song is still playing.
Yep.
There's nothing like getting your ass beat to a soundtrack.
Especially of Arabian music too.
I know, right? Like if I'm getting my ass beat to Arabian music, I'm questioning all things in my life. My God.
Fucking love Sabu, man. He turned it midair. Midair.
Daniel, the music playing the whole time, I'm dead.
Dude, and that was a staple though in ECW when someone interfered. Their music played. New Jack, his music played the entire match.
Wonderful. Bill Alfonso is great. He just got all the furniture. He didn't miss a beat.
Yep.
He kicked out.
He kicked out.
Oh my gosh.
This actual match, this is what I was saying. It really built up the fact that you knew ECW was behind Taz.
Yeah.
You just had Sabu come out. They've already been everywhere they can in the arena. Shane Douglas right now thinks he's got a 3 count. Francine's letting him know, you only got a 2, bud.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And then the ref is taking care of the table. Like,
Yeah, take care of the furniture.
You don't got anybody on the outside that can drag that out. You got the ref doing it.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Oh, look who just made it to the ring. Tammy Lynn. Oh, there's the franchise's best friend, Chris Candido. Well, this is going to be
Oh shoot! Oh, they getting into it.
There you go, Candido.
Oh,
big spear by Francine.
Best spear in the business.
You get on the outside, Toots.
The dress coming all off. Oh!
Yup. And there it was. The turn from Candido.
I feel like it happened so fast that the crowd didn't react to it. And now they are. It happened quick.
It did. I honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows, but I believe this is the moment that Candido left ECW. Him and Tammy left, and he was
we
done
all know
there.
What happened to her?
Yeah. And tragically, we all know what happened to him.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Oh, Taz
Mission's locked in. And look, Shane using every trick there is to get out of a hold like this in wrestling.
He's doing everything he can.
And Taz just doesn't light up. He holds on to it the entire time. Even
he's got it on again. Yep.
Yep. He didn't even.
Yep. He dropped. When he dropped like that, it was a wrap.
And I don't know if this is true, but I'll speak about it after this happens. Because there's a story that goes with this exact moment.
Oh, middle fingers.
Just holding on to that. The Taz mission is not going anywhere.
That's it.
Yeah. There's your winner.
There you go. Wow.
Taz gets his world title. I was told, well, I was reading one day, and there was a story about this, and that Shane Douglas was the one who turned it to, he didn't think he should tap to Taz. And it wasn't any disrespect to tap out to Taz. It was to show the dominance and the overall meaning of Taz winning this title by completely choking out the franchise until he was unconscious.
Yep.
Which I honestly think played way better, because if you would have had him tap, then it's like, why, why would Shane Douglas, the franchise, tap? Like the world title is what he lives for in any promotion he's in.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That was epic. that was epic.
You understand why that's one of my favorite Taz and Shane Douglas matches.
Yes, man. That was great. I enjoyed it. Man, what a great show this was, man. We're bleeding into SmackDown now, so we're gonna ride off into the sunset here. Great match. Once again, guys, join us as we're going to be going to Lafayette, Indiana. We're going to be talking to Sandman, Shane Douglas, Bill. A lot of the people we're going to be talking to are a lot of the people that you guys just saw that we just got a chance to chronicle the match. Francine will also be there. Daniel, thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate you, bro. Joining us on that watch along. That was awesome. Thank you. Hope we can get you on some more episodes to come in and join us and hang out with us in the chat. Really appreciate you doing that, man. That meant a lot. But I'm going to give it to the voice, Josh Joseph, to go ahead and talk about anything you got coming up, anything you're excited about, things of that nature, so we can slide off of here and I can throw a little SmackDown on.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Howse, for always having this available for us to do and play and, introduce the fans to some shit we like. I just want to say, join me and Grun Monday nights. We do the Monday Night Raw review where we talk 3 subjects from the previous Raw, and then we talk what's coming up and get you ready for the Raw that we send you off to at 8 p.m. We start that show at 7 p.m. So join us, have some fun. Me and Grun are doing some real fun work there, and we're really enjoying the partnership that we've come up with. And always catch me on a Sunday house party. Those are definitely fun, and you can come and see all the crazy ideas that me and all the rest of the crew have. And definitely check out my friend Hypocrisy Jones and all the things he does. He does a Thursday night where they do some comedy, and it's out at Cooper's
Yes.
Pub in Kokomo, Indiana. Go join them. Sign up. Be funny. That's what they want. So thank
Yes.
you all for joining us and being a part of the In Your House crew. Truly, tomorrow is going to be an amazing feat for me in life, in just talking to certain people. Hopefully we get some new names on the old WCW belt up there.
There you go.
It would really add to that belt and the meaning behind that belt and all the signatures on it. It would actually like really round it off very nicely. So stay tuned to us. Check out everything we're doing. We absolutely love you guys, and thank you, Household.
Yes, man. Check out everything my guy is doing. Tomorrow's going to be very exciting. And once again, it's for a great cause. Every child wins to support the fight against muscular dystrophy. And once again, great top heavy ECW talent is going to be available on this, on top of great local talent that you're going to see. Most definitely like Dale Patricks and Don't Die Miles and Eric Dillinger. It's gonna be awesome.
I didn't know Miles
Yeah.
is gonna be there. Oh,
Miles is gonna be there. Yeah,
Oh,
Miles is
that's gonna be awesome.
amazing. Amazing. Love Miles. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great event. Hope you guys appreciate it. We're gonna be getting some great content throughout the night. I'm very excited. Hype is bringing out a lot of equipment. We're gonna have some mics, we're gonna have some cameras. We're really trying to give you guys some good content for the YouTube and for the podcast and stuff. And it all begins here tomorrow night in Lafayette, Indiana. It's going to be great, guys. So you guys know where you can catch me right here in your house doing my thing. And then, of course, you can catch me at Emerge, Wrestle Arts. I'll give you guys the information on those shows as they come a little bit closer to the time. But, man, you already know you can follow me at Alakan House on all those social medias. You already know. And at In Your House Pod on X, and that's HOWSC, and the W stands for work. So, guys, we really appreciate you guys sliding through. Great episode once again with my man, The Voice. So for The Voice, Josh Joseph, for Grunmeister, for the world's most dangerous podcaster, and for Hypocrisy Jones, I am Alakan, the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great weekend. Peace.